Hello, my dear people. So let's get straight to the point. I'm not taking you that much time, but before making this video and telling you about something, if this video makes you uncomfortable, the title suggests it all what I'm going to talking in the what I will be talking in this video. You can take a moment, you can take a pause, and you can just go back. This place is not for you to handle the negativity I post. A person told me, let's not label that person's gender. That person's told me that he is living with or she is living with his or her mom, and his or her parents got divorced. So let's say that the person named Bella, the person named Bella is living alone with her mom. But after handling her child, Bella's mom is putting restrictions on her, which is very necessary. If you are raising your child alone or independently, you have to take care of several things. But the main problem here is Bella is feeling like she's not getting the basic things. Her mom is working hard, but still the restriction imposing by her mother's, like not allowing her not allowing her to go outside or to play, is not good for her, and she's confused. That's why I decided to make this video. Sometimes we all wonder, oh, what's our parents doing? I think they are doing this because they're selfish, they are just being mean. You have to understand, in this generation, I can say that it is not easy for any parent, whether if they're single or divorced or like married, living together. It's not easy for them to let their kid freely survive until the kid is obviously independent by himself or herself. Especially, teenage is such kind of life, you feel a whole roller coaster of emotions. And at some point, I agree with her mom because she's earning for what? She is earning for her child, and it's her right to take care of her. It's her right to keep her child protect from the bad influence. But I think putting restrictions, because I live with a family also, and I see this thing around me in my neighbors also. Even sometimes I put some restrictions on my brothers sisters also, so I know this thing. But the main point is, just because you are putting your restrictions on your child, you are forgetting that a child needs an environment to develop. Now some parents say that we want to protect our child from the negativity, the negative influence around us, which is right. But you have to understand. Now let's take an example. When we used to live at another place, that that place belongs to like very sophisticated society. People have a dialect, the way of speaking, a specific routine, waking up early in the morning, going to temples, like how rich people lives. And the only thing I sometimes feel like icky, or it sounds very unnatural to me, that she never allowed the lady never allows her 4-year old boy to step outside of the house, because she says he will get into bad influence and dogs are barking. At some point I was like, fine, she is right. But when I observe that child, during the COVID pandemic, we used to just live on our like house and on the roof. The child seems to hesitate even to speak. He didn't even know the basic words, the dishes we eat. And I feel like this is wrong. And when I saw the message of that person, I feel like I can understand this feeling. It's just giving me the same feelings, the same thing I used to observe. The only difference is of age. So, my dear people, I want you to understand two things from the perspective of a mom, a parent, or should I say, from the perspective of a child. Let me tell you an amazing fact. If you listen to someone, it's their ideology, it's how they speak. If you are listening to me, it's just how I speak. And sometimes I feel like speaking and just speaking about anything and telling people is a limited option. But if you listen to other people, I feel like that's nice, that's important. So the thing I'm going to tell you can be different because it's my perspective and your perspective can be different. So listen, according to the child is right because a proper environment is very appreciable for the child. Suppose your child is so great at studies but he literally don't know the basic things. He don't know the map of your locality. He don't know which shop is located at where. He don't know the basic, you know, the what should I say? The simple diets we take. Whenever her mom allowed her, I feel like an outcast because we have different caste. People lives according to their caste, religion, and people literally label each other themselves as untouchable. So whenever the kids came of different type of richer houses to our house, my mom never feel any kind of like, like she should feel a little bit, oh, they belong to this society or that society. No, we are just normal human beings. We used to play together and my mom used to give them dishes and they asked like this, what is this? Like, oh, fry idli. We fry the idlis. And they said, oh, we never eaten this. We don't know. We have never had them. And I feel like, wow, this is so amazing. And so, different kind of thing. Even rich people's kids don't know the basic idli. So, according to child, all a child wants is to be like free, which is important. You need to go outside. You need to step outside because if even if you are an adult and you don't step outside of your house, you're missing a lot. You are missing social interactions with people. You are missing how to communicate in the society. So even after teenage, during this whole timeline of teenage, communicating with people, playing outside, going out with people is necessary. But I think the real tragedy is when we impose restrictions. So, from the perspective of a parent, I feel like they are right. They have this full right to know where their child is going. But bounding their child just because they feel like, oh, their child will get into negative influence, I feel like the more strict we have, like parents or families, the more you try. Okay, a simple example: the more you try to cage anything, the more that caged thing will try to get out of the cage. That's what you do with your child. And I feel like we all teenagers are so, first of all, we are so like frustrated every day. Yeah. Hormones developing, mind developing, communication skills, lacking social communications, and just feeling like, oh, dogs are barking. What kind of world we are stepping into? So first thing is such kind of factors, and then when our parents starts to, just questioning our little hobbies or works or where are you going, why are you doing this, we feel like they are controlling so much. So to my dear person, this is especially for you and all people who literally feels like parents are putting them in a cage or they have to respect because their mom is single, their dad is single, they are working. I feel like most of the things can be solved if we communicate freely. Communication is a beautiful key. You can tell if you are not liking something, don't take negative steps. And this is the request to all the parents who feel like, oh, this is right for my child, I'm right. No, sometimes you can be wrong, sometimes your child can be wrong. But caging them, putting restrictions on them, instead of talking to them, spending time, what are you earning for? What will you do with this luxury if your child don't love you? And people receive negativity faster than the positivity. It is such type, it just happens with emotions also. We starts to hate people so faster than loving them. So I feel like, to that, first of all, to that person, your parents are not wrong, your mom is not wrong. She already have a lot of like responsibilities, but not allowing you not to even step outside of the home, or we can say that moms are a little bit more sensitive in comparison of fathers. So you should just communicate to her. And to all the parents who thinks that caging their child will solve the issue, their child will not get into the bad influence, your child will be a mastermind and you will never know. Thank you for watching. And if you feel like I spoke something I should not, then free feel to judge. But I clarify my intentions. Bye 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 bye.